Michael Patrick Hicks can write about my biggest fear, and it's still just so entertaining that I can't put it down. If you love horror, yes, Lord. Having won his emancipation after fighting on the side of the colonies during the American Revolution, Salem Hawley is a free man. Only a handful of years after the end of the British rule, Hawley finds himself drawn into a new war unlike anything he has ever seen. New York City is on the cusp of a new revolution as the science of medicine advances, but procuring bodies for study is still illegal. Bands of resurrectionists are stealing corpses from New York cemeteries, and women of the night are disappearing from the streets, only to meet grisly ends elsewhere. After a friend's family is robbed from their graves, Hawley is compelled to fight back against the wave of exhumations plaguing the Black Cemetery. Little does he know, the theft of bodies is key to far darker arts being performed by the resurrectionists. If successful, the work of these occultists could spell the end of the fledgling American experiment and the world itself. If that description sounds like something you'd be interested in reading, just keep watching. What up, nerds? Welcome back to the Nerdy Narrative. My name is Leslie Smith, and this morning we are going to talk about The Resurrectionist by Michael Patrick Hicks. So The Resurrectionist is book 1 in the Salem Hawley series by Michael Patrick Hicks. The copyright on this one is 2019. It's a little novella that's about 129 pages, so you can definitely finish it in a day, and that's what you're going to want to do. I really recommend to you, if you purchase this book, just go ahead and block off 2 or 3 hours to get it done. You're not going to want to put it down. I take that back. You might want to put it down, but you're going to find that you're not going to be able to. This little novella was published by High Fever Books. The beautiful cover was designed by Keelan Patrick Burt, which I'm dying for. I love this cover. He also did the cover in the second book, but we're not there yet. I have to be careful with the information I give you because I don't want to spoil anything for you. Michael Patrick Hicks is just a genius. I love this novella. I love the mixture of historical fiction and horror. And so remember, it's 129 pages. But what this author does with 129 pages is insane. His descriptions, you don't just see them in your mind. You feel them. The things that happen to some of the characters in this book, you are going to feel them. I have a trigger warning. It's called spiders. And there are some creatures in this book that just make spiders look harmless. That's all I'm gonna say. I was like at the end and stuff was going down. I'm like crawling up the back of my couch reading it, but then I can't stop reading it. The book is about cultists, resurrectionists, an order of physicians who are attempting to raise supernatural beings. Some of them have glimpsed these beings and they're trying to find a way to bring them through the fabric of our reality. This cult of physicians are basically grave robbing, or they call them resurrectionists. They're stealing dead bodies from the Black Cemetery because they know nobody's going to say anything. And that's how Salem Hawley, the gentleman who the series is named for, comes into play. One of his dear friends comes to him and tells him that his wife, who recently died in childbirth, and their child, both of their bodies were stolen from the graves. And so Salem, being one of the few free Black men in the area, has decided to involve himself. And that's all I'm going to tell you about it. It is a fantastic horror story. I feel like every time I read a new horror book, I'm like, oh, this is my favorite horror book. Oh, this one's my favorite horror book. So I won't say this is my favorite horror book. I'm going to say this is my favorite series because I finished this book and I immediately ordered book 2. I'm so glad book 2 was out because I had to know what was going to happen next. The writing of Michael Patrick Hicks is on par with any other big name author I can think of. I am working on collecting all of his work. you should too. I am still currently reading book 2. I'm buddy reading that one with Brad Proctor, also who is responsible for me discovering this series in the first place. It is a safe bet that if I read a horror book, it's because Brad read it first and I saw him review it on his channel and then I had to have it. He really enjoyed my reactions to this. Jerk. If you are a horror reader, you will definitely want to add this series to your collection. I cannot wait to finish book 2. I will let you guys know what I think about that one as well. But currently, I am actually thinking that book 2 is going to be better than book 1, which is insane. That is so rare that it happens. So you know I'm still getting my feet wet in the whole horror genre. So if you have some favorites that you think I should check out that I would like, please put those in the comments below for me. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you soon.